Squeeze Show. Today's episode is Brad, and Squeeze will soon be joining us show. In the meantime, we got Nicole. She's awesome.
Good morning.
She's a great immigration attorney. We got strong, manly guy Kyle, who actually showed up for work on time in the rain. Usually it's the other way around. You know, on sunny days you should show up for work on time, and rain, trains are delayed. But he seems to have everything backwards.
I'm from the South.
You're from the South.
From the South.
All right. And, of course, we have Spielberg Jr. Seems to be getting funnier by the week.
Good morning, guys. I think it's because I'm losing sleep every week.
Is that
and
what it is?
It's gonna go crazy.
Yeah,
and just be hysterical.
You seem to be because when I interviewed you, you were not a funny guy at all. So I'm like, just be quiet, just press the buttons on the camera and do nothing else.
Yeah.
And since then, he has gotten quite funny.
Yeah, there's two rules in life.
It's actually, I'm almost at the point now where I'm like, I think you've reached the comedy level that I'd like to hang out with you after work and have a drink.
That's awesome.
I think we've reached that level. So this is where we answer immigration questions, and the telephone number is 1-800-529-5465. We also banter about a little bit, and what else do we do here? We read the news, see what's going on in the news. I'm going on YouTube right now. We're on YouTube at law offices of Spar and Bernstein, and I assume we're live. I'm going to go check us out right now. And, yep, there we are. Wave, everybody, because, Nicole, you're on TV there, on YouTube. All right, and we are also live on Facebook at law offices of Spar and Bernstein. And the telephone number to call to get your immigration questions asked and answered is 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Call now with your immigration questions, 1-800-529-5465. Yesterday, Nicole, we did not take a lot of questions because I was going on a bit of a it wasn't a tirade. It was more of a, what would be the word? I was just going off, a rant. Thank you, Kimberly, and welcome to the show as well. It was a rant I went off on yesterday about the Donald Trump and the Statue of Liberty issue, that the Statue of Liberty is really not for immigrants, although we just read the poem and said it was for immigrants. And then Donald Trump says only if you speak English can you come to America now. That's the new law he is supporting. And then we read off the countries that speak English. And outside of the Caribbean, West Indies, it's the United Kingdom, Australia, and New Zealand. And he says if you don't have a college degree, you're not going to be able to come. So that cuts a lot of people out from the West Indies, not everybody. So basically, it's basically going to be immigration from London and Melbourne and Auckland. That's basically it. That's going to be the 3 waiting lists. Are you on the London waiting list? Oh, in Canada, right, except Quebec. You're going to be on the London waiting list, the Auckland waiting list, the Melbourne waiting list, or the Toronto waiting list. That's going to be it. But that would be it if Donald Trump actually gets his way. He's actually going to also cut what he says is 300,000 green cards, because people aren't waiting long enough for green cards already. I mean, some of the waiting lists are 20 years or longer. So he's actually going to cut legal immigration in half. And that is going to solve the problem of the coal miner, because that's the guy who voted for Donald Trump. It all comes full circle.
Because a lot of immigrants are taking coal mining jobs.
Exactly. What the problem is it's not the everybody has to blame somebody for their plight. Okay? And the plight really for the coal miners is Mother Nature. Okay, Mother Nature should be barred from immigrating to the United States, because it's the coal miners who are polluting the environment, and people are using less coal and finding better ways to make renewable energy and less polluting energy. But they're losing their jobs, and they think it's the immigrant who is taking their jobs.
Yeah.
They all voted for Trump.
What about this great businessman coming up with an idea to make some of these places not single industry locations?
Right.
That would be a better option, in my opinion.
What about this great businessman hasn't passed one act of legislation
Well,
yet,
that's probably a good thing.
Which leads me to believe that you know, a lot of what he's saying is bluster. Only two senators so far have backed the bill that Trump is backing. That means 98 have not said whether they back it or not. We already know more than 50 senators didn't even back his Obamacare plan. So, you know, just because Trump says this is going to happen, what we've learned is it's not necessarily going to happen the way he says it is. Because the way he says it is in this plan is, by the way, family members, sorry, your family members are no longer welcome here. You want to get married? Not according to this, unless you have a college degree. You better marry somebody with a college degree. You marry somebody who doesn't have a college degree, they're out of luck. Can't get a green card.
I think it's interesting that you said that, like, people are always looking for a scapegoat, you know, someone to blame.
Right.
I heard the other day it was basically they said that because we see politics so often through the prism of like House of Cards and all of these TV shows that we're always looking for the bad guy, like the villain.
Always. Well, but that's always throughout life. That is right. Politics 101. Is if you want to be elected, you can't tell people who are going to vote for you, by the way, the problem is you. The problem is, you're spending more than you're saving, or, you're not doing. The problem's never you, the voter. Because if you say the problem's you, the voter, they're going to say, screw you. Why are you attacking me? So a good politician always has to attack somebody else. It is the most basic politics 101. And if you go back in history, who did the politicians attack in the 1950s? It was the communists. The communists are going to come. The Russians are going to come. The communists are going to come. In the 1960s, it was the hippies and the drug users. They're the ones causing the problems. If it wasn't for the hippies, we would have won the Vietnam War. Back in the 70s, they went back to communists. In the 1980s, it was the Japanese. They were building TVs. And the Japanese, in building their TVs, they were going to take over the United States of America. So everyone's like, we got to beat back the Japanese. It's the Japanese who are giving us the problems. And in the 90s and the 2000s, it was the terrorists. It still is the terrorists, but it's the terrorists who are causing all the problems. But lately, it's not the terrorists anymore. The terrorists have become the immigrants. The immigrants are causing all the problems. So that's politics, unfortunately. And when I don't know when is going to be when. I was going to say, when people wake up, and I don't know if anybody will ever wake up. All I can tell you is that I hope that people have compassion and love of another human being, another soul, another life on this earth. Whether you look like strong, manly guy, whether you look like Kimberly, you look like...
this doesn't help. No one can see us.
It's right, but they can only guess what you look like.
We're unbelievably attractive. Right,
but they're all different, okay? I mean, we're a black man, a white woman, a white man squeezes a black man. True. We've had Jenny on. She's an Asian woman. We have almost probably... I don't want to say every nationality, but I would say we are about as international and diverse a group here at Spar and Bernstein as you can possibly be.
Let's just say our potlucks would be unbelievable.
Yes, our potlucks would be the United Nations. I mean,
exactly.
Really, I booked a trip to Disney World. I'm going to go to Epcot. I'm going to take a walk around the world on Epcot. You just have to take a walk around the office. It's like being in Epcot, So, at some point, we just hope that people... politics aren't going to change, but hopefully people have at least a little love in their heart to realize that you don't want to, you hurting somebody else doesn't help. Bringing somebody else up, lifting everybody together is really how you make a better country. So rather than attacking people, but, we'll see. In the meantime, welcome, Squeeze.
Thank you.
Yes, it is the...
Thank you so much for having me.
Today's show we called the Brad and Squeeze in a Little Bit show.
I'm culturally late.
Yes.
And I'm proud of it.
Yes, right. We called it the Brad. We said sometimes it's the Brad and Squeeze show. Yeah, sometimes it's the Brad Sans Squeeze show. Today it's the Brad and Squeeze in a Little Bit show. And we have Nicole here as well. And I'm just talking about the nature of people in politics and I really haven't had Nicole really butt in because I'm going on a rant now.
You mean the ass H's in politics? Some of those?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but the point of the matter is that you know, people who have immigration issues need to sort out their stuff now. You can't sort it out later, because sorting it out later, I can tell you, the writing is on the wall.
There may be nothing to sort out later.
Right, the writing is on the wall. And what I said yesterday, I mean. Okay, if you have a green card and you're eligible for citizenship and you haven't done it and you plan on living in America, shame on you. Shame on you, because until you become a citizen of the United States, this is not your country. Somebody else's country. It's not your country, because you have no right in how you are ruled and the rules in which you live here by and the taxes in which you pay. So shame on you for not becoming a citizen. Shame on you for not having a say in how you live in the country in which you live in.
And we are berating you now.
I am berating you.
So this way you get the message. All right? Very, very
because
serious.
it is not your country until you're a citizen. It's my country. I'm a citizen.
It's my country.
Squeeze is a citizen. It used to not be Squeeze's
Yep.
country, but it is
Once
now
upon a
his
time.
country. And shame on you if you don't have a green card and you say, I'm not going to do anything. Start on that pathway. Nicole, I'd like you to comment on something. Have we ever filed, you know, because I think most people out there who are out of status, they want to come and do something. And they want to become legal, and they want to be able to get a green card and to live a life and to live without fear and to be able to travel and get a good job. Maybe not in the coal mines, because we don't want the coal miners to lose their jobs, because they get very angry and vote for Trump. Okay, no immigrants are coming to work in the coal mines. I can assure you that. But to get a good, yeah, but you die at 60. It's not a lifelong job there. But you know, I think there's a lot of people out there who say, I want to come, but I'm scared. I'm going to lock the door because I see what's going on, and I'm going to stay in my house. I'm going to lock my door, and I hope nobody knocks on the door. If anyone knocks on the door, I'm jumping under the bed. What have we ever done? Now, I've told everybody yesterday, maybe you want to comment on this. I can't promise you that if you come see us, we're going to be able to do something for you to put you in a better position. I can't promise that. But what I can promise, and maybe, Nicole, you can back me up, or maybe you'll disagree with me. I said, but what I can promise you is that nothing we're going to do for you is going to put you in a worse position.
Absolutely. I mean, when people come in and have consultations with us, we give a realistic view about, you know, what the positives and potential risks are of moving forward. And if we think that something is risky, we will tell you that and advise against it.
And that's the reason why a lot of people out there just need to reach out to Spar and Bernstein right now. So if you're just joining us, listen up. Brad is just commenting on what Trump basically is doing to every one of you out there that is out of status. Every one of you that is not a citizen. Trump is kicking your ass. That's what he's doing. He wants to get rid of you. He doesn't want you to stay in the United States. He doesn't want you to have better for your family. And especially if you have color, if you don't look like him, hey, the odds are stacked against you. So right now, pick up your phone and make that call to 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Make the link and make the call to Spar and Bernstein, 1-800-529-5465. You don't want to speak with Brad or Nicole right now? Not a problem. Speak with them off the air. But if you have a question and you need answers for free, you better call us now, because I feel so sorry for a lot of people who just don't listen to Squeeze. All right? So pick up your phone and call us. 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. And make that link, make that call. Nicole, it's very serious out there right now.
It is.
Extremely serious. Can you imagine he dissed what the Statue of Liberty stands for? Can you imagine this dude? You know,
every day is something new that I never expected. But
I mean, it's like, I don't know. I really don't know about this guy.
You know, when someone disses the Statue of Liberty,
I gotta wake up to the Statue of Liberty every morning.
That's his front yard.
That's your front yard.
Yeah. I wake up every morning, the first thing I see is the Statue of Liberty.
Let's go to some calls now, okay? Anthony, you're on the radio.
Anthony, Nicole and Brad's ready for you.
Okay. If you go for an interview and they say pending, what does that mean?
If you went for an interview and they said it's pending, what does that mean? It means that they haven't made a decision yet. It means that either they didn't make a decision because they were missing documents, they didn't make a decision maybe because your security clearances did not clear, maybe they didn't make a decision because they're unsure of what decision to make because you did not perform like you should have at your interview. Maybe you have a unique legal issue that needs to be resolved with a supervisor. Maybe the immigration officer's just lazy and doesn't do their job. There's all sorts of reasons. We don't know. Right, Nicole?
Right. I mean, very often the officer just hasn't even reviewed the file when you step in for your interview. So that just leaves so many possibilities open. And this is a prime example as to why it is best for people to go on interviews with attorneys, because attorneys will have insight into what might have been the reason for a case to be pending at that point.
All right, so hold on, Anthony, 1 second. So maybe you want to come in, because if your case is pending more than 90 days, you should come in.
No, you need help.
Yeah.
1-800-529-5465. It's the Brad and Squeeze Show, 20 minutes after 9 o'clock. Flood warnings out there, but turn up your radios anyway. I know you already listened to the other weather station. So let's get to another call right here. Nicole and Brad answering your questions. Attorneys, and they want for you to make that move now. 1-800-LawLink.
Samantha.
Sam.
Hello?
How are you doing, Samantha?
Hi, I'm good.
Hi.
I have a question. I was having a conversation with my cousin the other day because I was thinking about, whenever I'm able to become a citizen, whenever I'm granted, I'd like to go for dual citizenship. Like, is that still available for for immigrants?
So the United States permits dual citizenship. The question is whether your current country of citizenship will
Where you from?
allow that.
Where you from?
Oh, I'm from Jamaica.
You're from Jamaica. So Jamaica allows dual citizenship. So you're going to keep your Jamaican passport, and you're going to get an American passport. So you get the best of both worlds. So when you fly to Jamaica, you flash your Jamaican passport, and they say, "Welcome home."
Boom.
Boom. And when you come back to America, you flash your American passport, and they say, "Welcome home." Boom. All good.
Good to go.
Yeah.
Hold on if you need help.
And that's what we were talking about. You can become a dual citizen. There are only a few countries that you can't be.
Japan, I
Yeah.
know, for example, you can't. So if you're Japanese, Russia you cannot. Germany, Canada's no problem. UK's no problem. France is no problem. Italy's no problem. Israel's no problem. All of the West Indies is no problem. Mexico's no problem. I don't know of a country in South America that gives a problem. Not sure. But you have to go look at your particular country.
So please do that. 1-800-529-5465. We are answering your immigration questions. Yeah. So, Trump, you all wait for Trump to light some fire under you all, huh? Well, I tell you what, you better try and get an appointment with Brad Bernstein or Nicole right now by calling 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465 before they're all booked out.
What do you think of this story that happened yesterday in Houston? ICE, Immigration Customs Enforcement, is confirming it arrested an undocumented man in Houston who was legally married to an American citizen. And the arrest occurred at the Immigration Service in Houston, where the undocumented man appeared with his spouse for his green card. So this guy goes in for his green card interview, and Immigration and Customs Enforcement arrested him. He's a 48-year-old man from El Salvador, and he was taken into custody because he had a prior order of deportation and never left the United States in 2006. Now, in past years under Obama and even under second President Bush, if you were going in on a marriage case, even if you had an order of deportation, you otherwise didn't have a criminal record, Immigration and Customs Enforcement was not enforcing that deportation order. They were allowing you to go through that interview. And here's a situation where this man goes into immigration. He did not have a lawyer. He had an order of deportation, and he thinks he's getting his green card. And the next thing that happens is he's in jail, heading back south of the border. Now, if that does not tell people the type of world that we live in the United States today, I don't know what else we can possibly say. If you're looking at the Daily News from yesterday, the Daily News has a picture of Donald Trump as the Statue of Liberty saying, "Grab liberty by the balls." That's where we're living today in 2017. I would bet that if he had a good lawyer, those things wouldn't be happening. I would bet that if he had a good lawyer, he would not be sitting in jail today. I would bet if he had a good lawyer that maybe there would have been a different process that would have gone through. It's my bet. Call 1-800-529-5465. Let's go to Beverly.
How much you want to bet? Enough people are not calling.
I bet a lot of people are calling. Beverly.
Okay, good. Grab them by their liberty. Burley, what's up?
Good morning.
A pleasant good morning, Burley. Come on, cheer up. You got Brad and Nicole here. They're here to genuinely help you.
I depressed her with that last
Come on. Give me some energy. It's Friday. Full of vibes Friday, all right? What's your question for Brad and Nicole, your attorneys?
Good morning. I have a question. What about the I-8648 if your sponsor lost his job and you want to fill that out and go in?
You have to fill it out anyway, and he says he's not working or she's not working, and you got to get a second affidavit of support.
Right. You can get a co-sponsor. It doesn't have to be a family member. Just has to be a U.S. citizen or permanent resident over 18 who's willing to provide their financial documents on your behalf.
Right, but I can't get that co-sponsor. It's just my information because I am working.
Yeah, okay. Are you the one getting the green card?
Yes.
Are you out of status right now?
I'm pending.
No, were you out of status?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't use your income as for affidavit support purposes because you earn that income out of status. You need to find this $365 million.
No. I understand what you're saying now. I get my work permit and
I understand that, but you haven't had a work permit for the last 3 years.
Yeah, you need 40 quarter.
Okay, all right. So there's 365 million people who live in the United States who are in legal status. You have to make friends with one of them. It's not a difficult thing. Find somebody to do it for you.
Maybe even your employer.
Yes.
You said you have a job?
Yeah. All right, hold on. 1-800-529.
You got to make friend with at
Got to
least
make a
one
friend
of
with somebody. 1-800-529-5465. Reminds me of when you ever see the Seinfeld episode when George tried. He said, "I have no black friends."
Yep.
He had to go and find he's like calling in the maintenance guys to come fix his stuff when there's nothing wrong with it, just so he can be friends with them.
Like the one when he went to the store and the security guard was standing.
Oh, yeah, they gave him
like,
the chair.
yeah,
You should be sitting. Right, and everyone's stealing stuff after. All right, 1-800-529-5465. Check this story out. If you haven't heard enough about Donald Trump and Lady Liberty,
Let's give you more.
Check this one out. Congress is now authorizing more immigration judges, and they're doing it fast. The federal courts have advised Congress that they cannot handle the growing number of deportation cases, leading some immigrants who are in deportation to be held in immigration detention for up to 5 years before they get to see a judge. 5 years you're sitting in jail for the pleasure of them putting you on an airplane to send you home.
That's the part that gets to me.
5 years in jail for the pleasure of them putting you on a plane to go home.
18 years. Got you 18 years.
Now,
5 years.
Now, Congress is blaming the Justice Department for not hiring enough immigration judges fast enough. And they are about to pass a bill that's going to double the number of immigration judges. And then this bill would also fast-track deportation cases, and which is going to lead to a lot of due process and substantive constitutional process violations. I can assure you that. This bill, because they're going to do expedited deportation, is just going to end up taking cases out of immigration judges' hands and putting them in federal court judges' hands. So the immigration judges will have less cases, and the federal court judges are going to have more. Because if you're my lawyer and you're going to be an expedited, whatever they're going to do, I guarantee you we're going to be challenging that in the federal courtroom. And if you're in jail for 5 years, you shouldn't be if you had a good lawyer. After 6 months, you have a right to bail redetermination. You got to know this stuff, though. People sit in jail and rot and don't know this stuff. Right, Nicole?
Absolutely. And speaking of this, also another change in the immigration courts is that now if a person requests a continuance, that's, let's say you go in and for some reason you're not ready, the immigration judges have to, on the record, give a specific reason as to why they're granting a continuance. And the purpose of this is basically to limit continuances so that they can push cases along more quickly. So
continuances is a delay.
Exactly.
They're not allowing
a next date for your hearing.
Right. So, for example, if your hearing is tomorrow and you come in to hire us today and we go to court and we say, Judge, we'd like a continuance because we just got hired yesterday. We don't know anything about this case. The judge may very well say, sorry, you're going to trial right now. This is why you need attorneys, and you need attorneys early and not at the end.
You need a good attorney.
Because I can tell you,
don't need attorneys. You need good
I can tell you how good I am. If you hire me today for a trial tomorrow, I'm not going to do a good job. Make sure you have your lawyers set ahead of time. Let's go to Shaney. Shaney.
Hello.
What's up?
What's up?
Good. I see Annakie.
Hey,
Hi.
Yeah. I have a question. I filed my I-765 in June, and I haven't get. Well, I get response. I get letters stating that, but I haven't seen it yet. It's almost 3 months.
Okay, Shaney. So, first of all, I-765s, that's a work authorization application.
Right.
Right now, it's taking 3 to 4 months because there's so many applications pending. But besides that, you have to have a basis to apply. Do you have a pending green card application?
I called Brad in June, and he told me to file it under CO9. That adjusting on.
Okay, so you're applying for a green card. Okay.
Right.
Okay, so if you just applied in June, it could be that it's still coming.
Actually, I filed late, so I just have to file CO9 because it's late. It passed the interview time, and I was waiting too long.
When did you file for the work permit? In June?
Yeah, in June.
Okay, so June, July, August. You're not going to get anything till mid-September.
Right.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, thank you.
And it's correct. CO9 was correct.
Right.
But it's actually C09. If you wrote CO9, you're wrong. It's C09.
Well, who can tell the difference between O and a 0?
That's why I'm making a joke. That's why I'm making a joke. All right. 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. I'll tell you some good news, Squeeze.
What's that?
I just got my credit raised by USA Credit Repair by one telephone call. That's the only good news that I've ever have to report today.
It sounded like a Geico commercial.
I just got my credit repaired.
Like a Gecko commercial.
But I'm not a gecko. I just got my credit repaired. And you can too. It's the only good news. You might as well do it.
You might as well.
You might as well. If Trump's going to step all over your rights here in America, you might as well have good credit so at least you could go out and spend some money.
Yep.
1-800-872-7177.
And by the way,
because he can't take you right away to spend money.
No, he can't.
Right? He cannot do that.
Cannot.
He cannot.
So, go get some good credit.
Some good credit.
Who do they call?
They call USA Credit Repair, and that's 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-872-7177. 1-800-USA Credit. There are credit counselors standing by right now. They are sitting because they were standing, and then Squeeze felt that they shouldn't be standing, that they should be sitting. It would be more comfortable for them. So Squeeze got them chairs.
I hate sitting.
They are not standing by. They are sitting down and relaxing, but they are still waiting for your telephone
How
call.
do you feel about doing the entire show standing?
I'm sitting. 1-800-872 7177. That's 1-800-872-7177. They are proud sponsors. USA Credit Repair. Here for you today. There for you tomorrow. Here for you in an hour. There for you tomorrow also. In 3 hours, they're still here for you, and they'll still be there for you tomorrow. And as they always say, beautiful credit is a good thing.
No. USA
See,
Credit
Repair is the key to beautiful credit.
No.
Beautiful Credit is just around the corner with the key at USA Credit Repair.
No.
Kyle.
USA Credit, the key to beautiful credit.
Ah, it's 2 sentences. USA Credit, the key to beautiful credit. 1-800-872-7177. That's 1-800-872-7177. All right, let's see.
Let's go back to some questions.
Guy arrested at immigration. We
Yep.
did that. Congress hiring more immigration judges to deport more people. We did that one. People sitting in jail for 5 years waiting to get deported. We did that news story.
What about this?
What?
Good morning, guys. I'm getting married soon. Can my wife and I travel to Florida for our honeymoon? She's a citizen.
Sure.
Okay.
Enjoy your trip.
Enjoy your honeymoon, Leon.
Enjoy it. Love is in the air. You want me to start singing?
Newman. No.
I don't know if that would raise
that would raise our viewers. Can you imagine if I just start just crooning old love songs?
Yep.
What else?
Just don't look at Squeeze.
Just don't look at Squeeze when I do it.
Don't,
I can't even look at Nicole when I do it because her husband will come and beat me up or something.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Does
blame
he get jealous?
You know?
Does he get jealous, your husband?
He's
Every man is jealous.
extremely lenient. No. Well, we were only dating for 2 years. I worked at the immigration court in Arizona for the summer, and my roommate was another guy.
And he didn't seem to care.
He was totally fine with that.
Really?
Which actually made me a little bit upset.
Really?
I wanted him
Wow.
to be kind of jealous.
Wow.
If your roommate was a guy and you were living in Arizona in the summer, and wherever you live in Arizona, there's like a hot tub and a pool.
There was
right?
a hot tub
and a pool, right? Wherever you live in Arizona, there's a hot tub and a pool, and you're living with a guy, and it's Arizona. You know who's going to be your third? It would be like Three's Company, except it would be 2 guys and a girl. I wouldn't let that happen. I'm gonna have to have a talk with him.
Any girl I date don't even want to see another girl
That's
around.
right. All right, Nathaniel.
Nate, what's up, Nate?
Yes, sir. I'm good. What about you guys?
We're good, man. We're just here waiting for you to share your question with us so we can share our answers with you. So you can call the law offices of Spar Bernstein at 1-800-LawLink.
Yes, sir. I have 2 questions this morning.
Sure.
Yeah, I just came into the country. This August, I'll be here 1 year. I've got my green card already.
Mm-hmm.
When can I start filing for my citizenship?
Who sponsored you?
My mom.
Mommy.
So
August was 1 year.
August was 1 year. Okay. So now you have another 3 years and 9 months prior to filing.
No, this August is my 1 year.
Correct.
All right.
Right. So August of 2017 is 1 year. August of 2018 is 2. August of 2019 is 3. August of 2020 is 4.
Wow.
August of 2021, then go July, June. June 2021, you heard it here first. Write it down. Put it in your calendar. June 2021, Nathaniel will be filing for his U.S. citizenship.
Okay.
Got it?
I will.
All right, my friend. Be well.
And see that? We should all be taking a lesson from Nathaniel,
Right.
who's already planning in
Planning ahead.
advance for his
That's right.
citizenship.
Because he wants this to be his country, too.
Right. And math lessons from Brad.
Right.
All right. 1-800-529-5465. It's the Brad and Squeeze Show. We're answering immigration questions. But once again, folks, I want to remind everybody out there, if you get hurt in an accident, whether that be an automobile accident, or maybe you fall off of that construction site or on that construction site.
Right.
Can we get a sound effect here?
Clunk.
Someone dropping, falling like 20 stories.
Do you wanna hear something?
What would it sound like if someone...
Actually, you want to hear? So it's kind of messed up. Somebody tried to commit suicide at the Oculus recently, and they
Whoa.
jumped from like that observation deck at the top, and they said that it happened so quick, like the people that were working there, that all they heard was the sound, and it was like a wet towel hitting concrete.
Oh, thanks for sharing that.
So there's that sound effect. That's
You mean right around the corner?
Yeah. Yeah.
When
Okay,
was
that
this?
has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
He said
but thank
sound
you very
effect for,
much.
for falling.
All right.
So it went splat.
Yes.
Yeah. The short version of that story.
So in other words,
That went from being funny to really depressing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
Thank you very
and,
much.
and morbid.
I'm going to tell you something.
You mentioned the comedy. That's what you
I'm going to
happened.
tell you something. I give the guy a compliment. I gave him a compliment this morning. I said, wow, you're funnier than I thought when I first hired you. But now I think maybe he should just stick behind the cameras, right?
But that's because you're keeping him behind the cameras
Yeah,
too
I think
much.
I got to stick him back behind the camera.
But anyway, once again, folks, on a serious note, if you do get hurt, all right, you really need to have the law offices of Spar and Bernstein handling your cases, especially in the construction sites. And I know many of our immigrant listeners and non-immigrant listeners, you work on construction sites. Now, one of the things I wanted to, for quickly, 15, 20 seconds to expand on. A lot of people do not understand when you say work in construction site. So, yeah, we know the people who are working on the building and building the building.
People who deliver stuff.
But what about the people who deliver the lumber?
The people who clean
concrete.
up, the people who sweep the floors after.
The people who sweep the floors. The guy who does
They're
the electrical
all
work.
construction workers.
We need to make it clear that you are a construction worker. If you get hurt in that site, you need to be calling the law office of Spar and Bernstein at 1-800-529-5465. The other thing is, if you get arrested in New York, you need to work with an entity that have former assistant district attorneys, and that's definitely Paul Hirsch, David Moreno. We've also got Jacob, on board in the criminal defense departments. You get arrested, you need the law office of Spar and Bernstein. So call us at 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-LAW-LINK.
Jason.
Yes, I have a issue. I was sent home to Jamaica some years ago. Anyway, I had child support. So when I went home for 7 years, I didn't have nowhere to pay. So now that I'm back here in the United States. Everything is sorted out. I owe $50,000 in child support. How can I go about getting my citizenship with owing so much money? Is there a way?
You don't.
Speak with
you
Megan
don't.
first.
You don't. If you owe $50,000 in child support, it's not an excuse that I left the country and therefore because I'm not living in the United States, I don't have to support my child. That's not a good excuse, at least not according to the government. So the answer is you don't become a citizen until you sort out your child support issues, because you have to show you're a person of good moral character. And I will tell you, you may be a nice person, you may be a saint, but according to the U.S. government, somebody who owes $50,000 in child support is not.
I would also be concerned because depending on what state you owe in, if you owe certain amounts of arrears, they can actually put you in jail.
That's
so
correct.
you need to deal with this.
Hold
Well,
on.
I'm paying every week. Since I came back, I'm paying every week.
You have
I'm
a payment
trying to get it
plan.
down. I owe a lot more than that.
But is this a formal payment plan, or are you just randomly just making a payment?
No, formal payment plan. I go down there every day.
All right. So why
every week
don't
I
you
pay them.
come in and make an appointment with us, and we'll see.
I
Hold
think
on
you
one
should.
second, all
It's a
right?
good thing that they have a family law department here at Spar and Bernstein also. By them calling 1-800-529-5465, they could see Megan or any of the other attorneys. Let's get back to more questions right here. SMG, it's 9:42, 18 minutes before the hour of 10. That's what 9:42 means on the AM. All right. Let's go to
Strong, manly guy.
Facebook questions and the YouTube questions.
It's time. How about that is like our intro. It's time for strong, manly guy.
You like saying that, huh?
Guy.
No, Brad.
Yeah, we'll
Stop
we'll
trying to be
brainstorm.
defects.
Well, I'm trying to do effects because nobody came in with them.
If someone is arrested and
Someone
given
is arrested,
bond,
strong, manly guy.
what are the chances of ICE picking that person up during the first 48-hour hold period
Likely.
with no previous order of deportation?
Probably.
The ICE letter says need biometrics.
It's happening.
So they're
You
going to
get arrested unless you're in a sanctuary city. You are getting arrested. ICE is being called.
N14 for arrest records, chance to get citizenship.
Depends what the arrest record's for. The N14 is just a request
request
for
for evidence.
the evidence of the arrest records. Why would you ever, in a million years, file your citizenship if you have an arrest record and then have no idea whether A, you're going to become a citizen, and B, I don't think they even have an idea about deportation, because that could be happening also. I don't know if you were listening or not, but there are people in deportation now who've sat in jail for 5 years. waiting to get deported. Why in a million years would you ever file your citizenship if you have an arrest record without going to speak to an attorney first? And then do it, and then get a letter back and say, "Oh, I wonder if I'll be a citizen. I don't know." Blah, blah, blah. Come on! You gotta use your smarts!
In short, you should call
Yeah.
1-800-529-5465. If you're married to a U.S. citizen, how long after having your green card can that person apply for citizenship?
2 years and 9 months from getting your green card. But you should keep in mind that if you obtained the green card when the marriage was less than 2 years, there's an additional step that you're going to have to take first. You have to remove the conditions on your residency prior to the expiration of the 2-year card.
Can the I-130 and the I-485 be filed together if you are visiting the States and married to a permanent resident?
No, because if
you're no longer visiting and it's been more than 90 days, yes.
Well, but the person's a permanent resident.
There's
a 2-year wait for permanent residents filing for citizens, for spouses.
The answer is no, cannot.
If a mom took her son to the States at the age of 16 and never sent him back to his country of birth, she's a U.S. citizen, her son is 37 years old now. Should she file for him now? Would he qualify for a waiver? She had filed for him before when he was under 21, but he fell off the case.
Yeah, I think yeah, after you've had your son here for 20 years, it would be a good choice to start filing for him. Yeah, go ahead for it. Maybe it should have been done 20 years ago, but better late than never.
Concurrent filing.
Right?
I agree.
Do you agree with me? I mean, I'm being a little harsh on the people, but
or at least do a FOIA. I mean, who knows? Maybe she thinks that the I-130 was never approved, and it was.
No. He was a derivative on her case. Somebody filed.
Okay.
Right, but he won't need a waiver if he was a derivative on her case because it was more than 18 years ago. It's probably that he's 245I, so he'll be able to pay a penalty fee and get his green card here. But someone's got to file an I-130 for him.
Who's James Harden?
James Harden is a basketball player on the Houston Rockets. He has a big beard and he's really good.
He's coming to Jamaica.
He's coming to Jamaica.
To the club.
To the club.
Yeah.
Harden in the house.
August 26th.
August 26th.
Yeah. They just hit me up.
So I
just Googled him.
You will know who he is. He's a very tall, big man. He is an SMG. If there was a strong, manly guy, that would be him.
So he's someone too.
He's somebody you don't want.
Somebody.
He's somebody. You're right.
Oh, he is somebody.
Yes. Did he win the MVP?
He did not.
He was second.
He was second
in the MVP.
It says here is his seventh. He has the 7th biggest contract in the world.
And the largest beard in the NBA.
None of his athletic records matter. Beyonce wore his jersey in one of her concerts.
Correct.
So that's really that's the highlight of anything that he's going to do.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. More questions.
More questions. Concurrent filing was done for me, and the USCIS returned my package since this week and asked me to pay for the I-765. What's your advice?
I would bring it to me because obviously you did something wrong and it was all returned to you. So what basically they said was, sorry, you did this wrong, you screwed up. So my advice is let somebody take a look at it before you continue to screw it up.
My wife applied for my status, but her mother is making problems with me. She curses and makes problems with me for nothing. And my wife said she knows nothing, but she is like that, but yet still does nothing.
Sounds like an ordinary marriage.
Yeah, so basically, my wife is ignoring me. My mother-in-law is yelling at me. What should I do?
I should not have read that question on the fly.
What should I do? My wife ignores me. My mother-in-law yells at me, and I don't do nothing. Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe you did something. You wouldn't be yelled at. It would be ignored. I don't know. I don't know how to solve your marital problems.
That was insane.
What? How would he want me to solve his marital problems?
Hey, you're sometimes Dr. Phil.
I am sometimes Dr. Phil, but today I can't even solve my own.
I mean,
I can't even solve my own problems. I know, right? All right, I got my own, problems.
If you don't mind me turning that into another question.
Yes.
So sometimes people come to us after somebody filed for them, a spouse, and all of a sudden something is going wrong in the marriage. They're being they're being abused, and abuse can be a lot of things. It doesn't have to just be physical. In that case, there are times that we can change the scope of the case and assist the person to file on their own so they no longer have to rely on the abusive spouse. But I can't tell based on that question if that's the issue, but I think we'd need more information. I think it would be a good idea for the person to come in and speak with us.
the only facts we got out of it is my mother-in-law curses at me, my wife ignores me.
Whose mother-in-law doesn't? That's life. That's not a problem.
My mother-in-law is fabulous, just for the record.
Yes.
Wow.
I've got my work permit, but
my mother yells at me. I never had a mother-in-law yell at me. My own mother yells at me.
I know people who don't like to be yelled at.
Well, yes, I know lots of people. I found that out.
Yep.
Yes, I found that out. Most people don't like to be yelled
No,
at.
they don't.
No,
Nobody likes to be yelled at.
no, would. Okay.
All right, I've got my work permit, but my wife said she needs a divorce. Could I be deported after that?
So I take it from that question that the
They haven't
wife
gotten the green card yet.
The wife filed.
And the wife filed, and I didn't get a green card yet. And the answer is, if you don't go for your interview with Donald Trump these days, it's very possible you'll be put in deportation. You should go
Right.
seek legal help immediately.
Absolutely, yes.
Can a company sponsor someone who's already here and overstayed for 2 years?
Perhaps if they're 245I or have a provisional waiver. I just want to go to Dwayne. He's been waiting for like 25 minutes.
Let's go to
Dwayne?
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah, morning, people.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, the question I was going to ask, because I've got my work permit and everything, and I think my interview will be maybe sometime, maybe October, November. But the thing about it is that we're actually going through a divorce right now. So I
Is it
don't
the
know
same
what...
question that was just asked?
Yeah, it's
Huh?
very
Did
similar.
you just text that question in to Kyle?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We said you need legal help because your wife's going to go through a divorce, and now when you file an adjustment and you're not appearing for your interview, or you go and get denied, it is a very, very strong possibility that they're going to put you in deportation. So you need help. Hold on 1 second.
1-800-529-5465. 1-800-529-5465. Once again, folks, this is obviously Link Up Radio, teamed up with the law offices. We call
Why
it
is
the Brad
it so
Bernstein Show.
obvious? It's not obviously Link Up Radio.
We are within the Link Up Radio time slot.
Yes, but it's not obvious to anybody.
What? After being here for how many years? 20 years?
not
You're going to
obvious.
tell me that it's not obvious? After 20 years?
Kyle, was it
Oh.
obvious that we're on Link Up Radio?
It was obvious to me.
But I don't know. But I don't know that anybody else, right? All right.
man.
So I sorry for interrupting.
I
You're obvious.
totally forgot what I was
All
saying.
right, let's go to Tony. Tony.
Tony.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning. What's up?
Brad, this is more like a rhetorical question, but I still need to for confirmation. Citizen with a misdemeanor, I still could travel, right?
Yes. Enjoy your trip.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Let's go to Uznami.
Nami?
Yes.
Did I get that
Yes.
right?
Yeah, but I think he's made mistake. Usman, the last two letter is N-E. Usmani.
Uzmani. Okay.
Yes.
Got it. What's up?
How you doing? Good?
I'm fantastic. Thank you.
Okay,
I've
first
never
of all-
best better. My best day of my life today. It's the best day of my life today.
Sarcasm
Yeah,
is a
yes.
hell of a thing.
Yeah. What's going on?
Okay, all right. First of all, I will thank you all for your wonderful job. Thank you so much for helping people and giving them advice about communication.
But you realize that she thanked me first for the jokes before the advice.
Yep.
Yes.
I'm really thankful, Faster.
All right.
And here one, I will have some questions for you, maybe 2 or 3 questions.
2 or 3
the
questions.
first
Go
one-
ahead.
The first one is, will that ask you if someone is asylum and he was released from ICE customer or with parole, he come out with parole, and
I don't understand what you're saying. Somebody filed for asylum, and what happened?
he was released with parole. He come out parole.
He was paroled into the United States. So he got to the airport. They said, hey, stop. You are not allowed in America. And he said, whoa, I'm filing for asylum. And then they paroled him in. And now what happened?
No, the parole is not denied. He just released him, but he have case. The case is pending.
Case is pending. Got it. What's the question?
And I would like to know if you go to your case, like you lost your case, they will put you in jail, or they have to wait till you do your appeal?
No, you do an appeal first. Hopefully you win the appeal, and then you lose the appeal. Then your final order of deportation, and then if you don't leave, you're going to sit in jail. That's what happens.
Okay, that's correct.
All right.
And when you get your work permit, can I apply for like to go to school even if you didn't finish your case? You did done your case?
You can go to school with a work permit. You're just not going to get any financial aid.
Oh, okay. All right, no problem.
All right.
That's all. Yeah, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Once again, folks, it's now 6 minutes before the hour. Thank you so much for joining the Brad and Squeeze show. We'll return at 12 noon. We got some more questions we got to go through. So do ask your questions on Facebook, David Squeeze Annakie, or Brad Bernstein, or the law offices of Spar and Bernstein. And, of course, I've got a question here. I filed to remove a conditional since 2015. Still didn't get permanent green card. Checked 2 weeks ago. They said they're doing additional background check. What does this all mean?
They are doing additional background checks. It means exactly what they say. It could be a background check is a very vague term for either security checks, or they are actually investigating your particular marriage and sending out investigators to look at it. It's your background currently in your living situation, or your background as it pertains to your security and fingerprints. One or the other.
Sorry, I mistakenly submitted an uncompleted question. Can I apply 90 days prior to the 3 years if married to a U.S. citizen? That was not from Nana.
If you live with it, not married and living together.
Okay, thanks for being clear on that. All right, that's it from you, SMG.
If your lawyer's been searching for your wife to serve her divorce papers and finally found her, how long will the divorce take, and what if she doesn't sign?
Well, it doesn't matter if she doesn't sign as long as she's given notice. In Manhattan right now, it's about 4 to 6 months. I don't know where you are.
Okay, we have a couple quick comments. Jackie wants to make sure that Nicole gets a hi from Joseph.
Hi.
Hi.
Miriam says we're doing great.
Thank you.
And Marina says yesterday a U.S. citizen called because the New York Department of Housing was threatening to terminate housing assistance for failure to provide a Social Security number for the wife.
Okay.
I don't know what to do with that information. I thought
Okay.
you might.
Well, it just means obviously the wife doesn't have legal status, and they shouldn't be doing that.
That is it.
Okay. All right, and let's go to Warren quickly. Warren.
What's up, Warren? Stop worrying, Warren. Ask a question.
Hello, who is it, Spar?
Yeah, it's Spar. How are you?
Good morning. Okay,
Good morning.
I was asking a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's a file for his niece in Jamaica, from Jamaica.
Can a citizen file for his niece?
No, a citizen cannot file for his niece.
I didn't hear that.
You cannot file for a niece in Jamaica. You can't file for a niece in any country. You can adopt a niece if she's under 16 and she's an orphan.
Oh, but you can't file for a niece.
You can't file for a niece. You can do an adoption if she's an orphan.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Once again, folks, it is definitely the Brad and Squeeze Show. 3 minutes to go. Any more questions, SMG?
No more questions.
All right. How's YouTube doing these days?
We had a bunch of watchers right now.
Okay.
How's Squeeze's Facebook doing right now?
My Facebook is good. I asked the questions that needed to be asked.
My Facebook is good.
Your Facebook is good?
Yeah, people on my Facebook, the Brad Squad, awesome.
I was just about to say, shout out to the Brad Squad.
Love the Brad
Do you have
Squad.
anyone on your Facebook that you shouldn't have on your Facebook? That's asking a question, or
No, everybody's very pleasant on my Facebook.
It's very nice.
Yes.
They're not always so pleasant on mine.
Really? I have my Brad Squad is very pleasant. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing but love and
Nothing but
positivity.
love and positivity on our side.
Never any negativity.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing. Doesn't happen.
You got a perfect life.
Doesn't
there.
happen.
Squeeze.
Yeah, perfect life. 1-800-529-5465. That's a number for Spar and Bernstein. Nicole, great job. Thank you.
Thank you
Nicole's
for having
awesome.
me.
We're gonna be live at 12.
We'll be live at 12. She's one of our managing attorneys. And Squeeze, thank you. Great job as always.
You should have said
And
thanks for not going to Jamaica today.
Thank you for not going to Jamaica today. I appreciate it. Spielberg Jr.,
I knew I was
your work in progress. Thank you. Kimberly, thank you.
You're welcome.
Strong Manly Guy, thank you. Call 1-800-529-5465. And that's not only for immigration, it's for criminal defense, personal injury, construction accidents, divorce, family law, tax debt relief. It's Spar and Bernstein, 1-800-529-5465. We are out of here, and we'll be back at 12 o'clock.
There you go. The proceeding was informational only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easily remembered, 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-LawLink. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LawLink. That's 1-800-529-5465.